Hello and welcome to Roseplay Presents episode 38. As always, I'm your host, Aurian MoonRose, and joining me today is Saul Wildfire. So, here on E3, that is what we're doing. We're doing E3 for the Microsoft press conference, but what we do here on Roseplay is outside of the normal. Every episode is a special episode. Unlike my normal seasons where I will do a whole season of a game with 3 special episodes, every day is a special episode. You take your favorite movie or your favorite TV show, and it's like it's going to the movies because it did that good. That is Roseplay. So today, as I kind of halfway broke into, we are here to do the E3 2017 Microsoft press conference. And whoo boy, there was a lot more going on for that than the EA one. Plus, it was like way longer. Alright, so first we want to start with the Xbox One Scorpio, or as it is now called, the X. X gonna give it to you, X gonna give it to you. So, yeah, Scorpio has been renamed the X. It's supposed to have greater graphic capability. They want to make it more social, and the hardware's, like, supposedly amazing. The price point's going to be about $500, which is not as bad as they said it was going to be. And it looks like a Blu-ray player. So what was your thoughts on the X name and the new system?
I thought it had very good graphics. Like, the graphics were amazing. It looked like it was, like, actually there, you know? And I just thought it was, like, amazing. It might have just been the games they were putting on.
It could have been. And that actually segues into our next one, which was the new Forza Motorsport 7, I think? We didn't quite write it down over there, but 7. I think it was the 7. The game looked breathtaking. The scenery did.
For sure.
I think one of my favorite parts of the show for it, though, was when they revealed an actual real Porsche 2018 that had yet to be brought out, and you can play it in the game. So it was really, as she put, really neat in real life and on the game. Now, again, I'm going to leave this one more to her because, I mean, the graphics were nice and the Porsche was amazing. But as she said in the last episode, the racing she likes more than I do. So I'm going to pass this over to her on her thoughts with Forza and the Porsche and all that.
Well, I've never actually really played Forza, honestly. I played Need for Speed, and that was pretty good, but I think the graphics were really, really nice, and it did look like a fun game to play, and I would definitely play it if I got the chance to. So, but yeah, the car, seeing it in real life was just breathtaking. It was. Yeah, really.
And I think it was that game where when they were driving over one of the horizons, the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful.
That was. So, next one that I wasn't expecting, and she was kind of pumped for it too, was Metro Exodus. Now, as she does put badass graphics, and yes, it was, I was not expecting another sequel to the Metro. I had heard about it for like a year or two. I did not think it was going to be, like, the second I saw the little eye patch thing and the gas mask, I'm like, oh my god, is this Metro? I was psyched. And it looks great. It's coming out in 2018. The graphics look great. The gameplay looks like it feels just like the other Metros. More better done. Passing it over to you with your thoughts on the Metro.
Honestly, I've never played that either, but we do have it at my house because my dad loves that game. And being kind of a fan of Fallout, it looks really, really nice, especially with those monsters coming at you. It just looks amazing.
And that's another thing, too, is that I'm a big fan of post-apocalyptic type things. And it is a series that does semi-mimic Fallout. Yeah. So that's really nice for people who did that. Now, next, and we have a difference of opinion in some ways, but I definitely agree with her opinion, too, is Assassin's Creed Origins. So, last year, Assassin's Creed did not get a new sequel, because even Ubisoft was like, they're getting sick of this. We're going to kind of compress it and whatnot. But they revealed Assassin's Creed Origin, which from the sounds of it seems like it's supposed to be the first Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Honestly, personally, it still looks just like any of the other Assassin's Creeds, though. With the exception of the eagle, or what looked more like a hawk, flying around. You can actually use your hawkle to fly around and like target things and watch over them, so that's interesting. And then you actually gain levels in it. Like, they beat somebody down, it's like, level 10, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of sweet. Yeah. I still think Batman does it better, but I am kind of psyched for it, but kind of not. So, I know that you were not really psyched for the Assassin's Creed. So, what is it that you don't like about the series? But was there anything about the trailer, at least, that you liked? I mean, whether it be just the combat did look smoother or something like that, or the graphics and whatnot.
Honestly, I never really liked, like, the fighting in it and, like, the different missions. Like, I tried some of the missions, and, I mean, some of it was cool. Like, I was chasing this dude on a horse, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, there was not much that actually, like, caught my interest with it. I started to get really bored, like, in between it, because it just felt like the same thing over and over again.
And that's the thing, that's what most people have problems with the Assassin's Creed series, is that it is basically, hey, here's an assassination mission, poke, he's dead, who's next?
Yeah.
Now, as for the trailer, was there anything you did happen to like about it, regardless?
I like the graphics, the you know, Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt. I'm a big fan of ancient Egypt. So the fact that they're going to do it in Egypt is kind of like when they did the Pirates. I think I'm at least going to. I'll wait for it to go down in price, but it still definitely looks good to the Assassins fans.
Yeah. So I like the only thing that really caught my attention though was the Egypt and the pyramids and stuff, you know.
And yeah, like you said, the graphics mixed with Egypt were they were also pretty breathtaking.
Yeah.
Like in general. Most of these games were off the Xbox One X. God, it feels like it's extra large or something. So the graphics, they were trying to show that this system is a beast for graphics, and I think they did prove their point with most of these games. Now, the next game, I think I'm going to let her start off with talking about, but it was State of Decay 2, which is a sequel to the original State of Decay. But I will go ahead and pass it over to her, that she did write quite a bit over here on it, as to why she chose this as one of her games, and then I'll come back to me, because I did also still like it.
Well, I've always been a fan of zombie games, like Dead Rising. I've never actually tried Left 4 Dead. I've wanted to.
Left 4 Dead is actually pretty fun. For those of you who don't know, Left 4 Dead used a director system, where everything was always random, so you never knew when the zombies were going to pop up or anything. So that's what I think is personally neat about that.
And then Dead Island's one of my personal favorites.
I still want you to play that, or I need to get to it, because you make it sound really good.
Oh, it is amazing. I completed, like, the first 2 games, and it was really, really awesome. I just love, you know, slashing some zombies.
Yeah.
But, so I honestly love it because there's zombies in it, for one. And I also thought it was interesting that they had a choice whether the other people can live or die.
That was a nice mechanism.
Oh, yeah,
what was one of the parts? The Asian lady got bit.
Yeah.
And they're like going to kill her, and it's like you can choose whether or not to, because apparently there's a cure in this world. I never played the first State of Decay. But that was nice. As you put it, I would just use it on myself. Screw the Asian lady. But yeah, no. I really agree. I'm a big fan of zombie games. I mean, I know the zombie genre is probably getting played out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I agree with everything she said. It was a zombie game. The choosing whether to live or die is quite interesting. The part that I found interesting was there was one hulking fat zombie who just literally ripped somebody to pieces, and I'm just like, he was not out for brains.
Yeah, although they did look like they just came out of a swamp or something. They're like green, like algae colors.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Whoa, like, because I was expecting some, like, tan, you know, like...
Yeah, like zombie tan.
Yeah, like, you know, like a brown color or pale, and there's this, like, big zombie and he's green. Like, I was like, whoa. He just came out of a swamp.
Somebody had the plague.
Or he ate a brain
Or
and
he ate a
it turned
brain. I know,
turned
right?
him green.
Brain. Now I'm full. Snack for later.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so next, I mean, for a while there weren't any games that really interested us too much. There was Cuphead, but they've been talking about it for like 2 E3, so I mean, I'm psyched for it, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
Was Super Lucky Tail, which was it was a cat, right?
No. I think it was a fox, yeah.
It was a fox. But it felt like gameplay from games like Super Mario and Croc and a few other like platform type games. And we hadn't put down one for a while, and even though it was kind of kiddish graphics, it still seemed like it would be fun. She did put a lot more like Mario Galaxy gameplay. There were coins in it.
Yeah.
The game did seem fun. Did seem like it would be good to play. I mean, they really didn't show too much of it, unfortunately. Yeah. But it does seem like a game that is probably going to be arcade or be really cheap. So might want to look into that one, guys. Watch a trailer. For me, not so much her. I don't think she's ever played the game. So, I mean, it's hard to say her. But they finally announced Life is Strange Before the Storm, which seems like it might be a prequel. It's going to be 3 episodes, but it seems like a prequel since the end of the first game was basically a storm. So, mind blown. Spoiler alert. A little late. But I absolutely love the story-based games like The Walking Dead and that stuff. And Life is Strange, I really did enjoy the time mechanics. So, really was a game that I am looking forward to. It's only a trailer right now. Maybe they did throw real footage into it. But, so, obviously, you know, you're not going to know if you like this game from just the trailers you saw. Obviously, you can have opinion of, it's not a game for me and whatnot. But watching the trailer, what was your thoughts on it, and was there anything in the game that you did like?
I don't know. I mean, right away I could tell it was Life is Strange because I did see her face before. Honestly, I don't know much about the game, and I haven't played it, so, I mean, how can you be psyched about a game you don't know about?
Very true.
But, I honestly didn't think it looked too bad, honestly, but there wasn't much story to it.
No, there wasn't. They weren't going too far into it, but since the game is story-based, I assume they didn't want to
spoil it.
But, yeah, no, you're right. That's the one thing we can say, like I said before, about any of these games, is the graphics pretty much look good, except for, technically, the next game. So the next game they showed was not only a trailer, but gameplay footage of the new Shadow or Middle Earth game, Shadow of War, which is a direct sequel of Shadow of Mordor, which, as of right now, we're playing on the show. I personally felt the graphics were downgraded. Now, I don't remember if you've seen me play any of the Shadow of Mordor.
Some of it, and it looked way different.
It did seem like the graphics were dumbed down.
Yeah.
It seemed like they went for a CG cel-shaded, which I'm not going to say that the graphics still didn't look bad, but going from this realistic to cartoonish reminds me of another game that came out. I can't remember the name of it, and I still really enjoyed the game, but just, it's gonna... I mean, they made way good improvements. Like, the Uruks talk to you more when they're possessed. They seem more controllative. Like, the first guy that he possessed was like, Dark Lord, Bright Lord, not much of a difference. That's kind of cool. They gave him personality. You did mention something, which we'll let you talk about that in a moment. I'm still sort of psyched for the game, though, if nothing else, to play it on the show and see the continuation. And I'm not a big fan of the Middle-earth series. So what were your thoughts on it? Again, what did you maybe like, dislike? And your nice little story about who you thought the Uruk was.
The what? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, what?
Bruce.
Oh, yeah. I just lost it. Bruce.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he was that shark on Nemo. Yeah, that's what it was.
And we're pretty sure that the voice actor might have been.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And then, like, all I hear is, like, Brucey. I'm just like, that guy sounds familiar.
I see what you're doing, Gail.
But, like, yeah, it definitely looked like they downgraded. But, it just reminds me of, like, if Borderlands were to just become, like, all of a sudden realistic. that's what kind of happened.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, if Borderlands became realistic...
Is that a dog? I never knew.
I know, right? You're right. If Borderlands was to become realistic, it would look amazing. Yeah. But it just wouldn't feel like Borderlands for a while. Yeah, it wouldn't feel right.
That's what that feels like.
I completely agree with that. But if you were a fan of Middle Earth, the entire universe, or just this game, this one still looks like it's going to be pretty good and much improved. And finally on the list is the sequel to Ori in the Blind Forest, or something blind, or something
and the
forest.
Will of the Wisps.
Yep, the new one is the Will of the Wisps. I mean, just from what they showed, I mean, the graphics were amazing. They had a pianist. They had a pianist playing, so the music was amazing. The graphics as cel-shaded looked really nice.
Yeah.
But I think she'll agree with me on this, that from what they did show, I mean, unless you were like, oh my god, it's Ori! I'm so excited for the next game. If you just randomly saw this, like she probably did, because I don't think she's ever seen the game or played it, even though it's over there.
Oh, no.
So her thought was probably just like, the graphics are nice, the music's nice, but I don't know if I would like this.
Actually, I don't even remember it. Like, I don't even remember watching it.
Like, we were talking about some stuff during that time too. So.
Ori, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah,
but yeah, the trailer. I mean, I kind of figured out it was Ori like right towards the end.
Yeah.
But just from what they showed, it's nothing to get psych worthy over for personally. Yeah. And that was basically it for E3. I think the biggest moments were the Xbox One. Something we didn't mention was the backwards compatibility for Xbox Originals.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice. And I want to say, honestly, I think most of everything was at least good.
Yeah.
I mean, even if stuff did kind of get boring here and there, they had something that would pick you up. I mean, because I want to say just it was like the Xbox One, the Metris, and the Life is Strange. But the Porsche was amazing. If not the game, the Porsche was amazing. The Assassin's Creed had beautiful graphics. I think, all in all, Xbox did good on their press conference. I wouldn't say it was amazing.
Well, honestly, like, and they're like people talking was way more energetic than the EA too. Like,
oh yeah,
they're just sitting there like,
better than the EA.
Yeah, this is our game. We love it. Here you go. Whoosh.
Yeah, the only thing is that Bill Spencer seemed really nervous.
I was just like, okay, and then like you jump into Xbox and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, the guy who did the EA was like way more energetic, so he must have been being paid like doubles.
Yeah.
But if I had to give the Nintendo one a rating for now, and we are going to have a final rating when we do our top 5 games on which press conference was 1, 2, and 3. But as right now, I think the rating for the Microsoft one would at least be a 6 or a 7 for me. And it may raise, it may lower, depending on the other conferences.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say 6 or 7, way better than the EA one. But again, I'm not a big fan of EA, so that might also help. So for you.
7.
7. Nice numbers.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and leave it here, and we will be back with the Bethesda press conference next. And really, I'm personally looking forward to possibly Evil Within reveal for 2. Maybe her with Wolfenstein. She doesn't really know too much from Bethesda. I mean, she knows the Evil Within just because of me. Yeah. Fallout and Elder Scrolls. So I don't know if she'll like the conference at all, but you guys will know for sure. We'll go and leave it there, and we'll come back with that. So, until next time, remember, keep gaming, never give up, and I kind of wish I could have got my picture inside that Porsche. That Porsche was sweet.
Yeah, selfie.
I know, right?
Exactly. Gotta get a selfie with that Porsche. You know?
Exactly.